Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 172, The Godfather. My name is Eric.
I'm Jason.
And we are joined today by resident Godfather expert.
I'll try not to be a know-it-all.
Alright.
Okay.
Kathleen Coyle is back with us.
What up?
Howdy.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Alrighty. Sorry, I just saw a person walking back and
Behind your office?
behind my office there, and I'm now paranoid.
Yeah, your neighbors are back.
Yeah.
Was it the Ghostbuster?
No, it was something different.
Yeah, Kathleen saw a Ghostbuster. Busting ghosts. Across the way. After the movie.
Yeah.
What was that guy doing?
He was cleaning.
Okay. Because I didn't turn around and look, but I saw in the reflection this giant oil can on his back.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a portable vacuum cleaner that he straps to his back. He is the janitor for the dentist office across the way here.
Man, I would not want to be a janitor at a dentist office.
Even nobody's there.
Yeah.
Clean.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine some of the things you might find, like nerve endings and teeth. And...
I'm pretty sure that those things don't happen at the dentist office.
Oh, they do.
And that I'm sure the doctors and the doctor and the dental assistants all clean up,
The immediate gore?
the immediate stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd take it. If it meant I didn't have to talk to another human being, I would clean up dental gore.
Yeah.
I would.
Because it's after hours.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they're usually here on Wednesday nights and Sundays. I'm sure that they do other things than just the dental office.
right. Maybe, yeah. Maybe they clean, like, a different place every night or something. Or...
Could be.
It's like the garbage man. He doesn't only come on Wednesdays.
Right.
Like, he doesn't have 6 days off.
Nope.
But to me, it would seem that way.
And to me, it's like Mavericks is probably open, 6 other days of the week.
Right.
But I only go in there on a Wednesday.
Right.
Because that's when the thing that I care about is there.
See, I like how you think. Because,
Which is Jeremy.
Because conversely, the Magic customers, I think, assume that we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
Because we'll be in there after hours, like, doing counts or whatever, and, like, you'll see, like, 2 of them, like, peering against the glass with their hand above their eyes, and they're squinting, like, they're in there, and the cards I want are in there. And they, like, kind of tap on the glass. Or they'll call it, like, 10:45, we'll get a phone call, and I'll look at the caller ID, and I'm like, surely this is, like, somebody I really know. But it's like an unrecognizable number.
AM or PM?
PM, yeah.
What?
I know. And we'll be like, I can only assume it's a guy looking for a specific Magic card.
Do you ever answer?
No, never.
Alright.
Not unless I know that, if I recognize the number.
Right. See, that maybe that's what Magic needs. Magic needs a specific day. Like comic people have Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah.
And the majority of them come in that day.
Right.
And then, there's a trickle of them throughout the rest of the week. Mm-hmm. Magic needs a day. That's your big Magic sale day. And then the rest of the time, they're just sort of,
I like to go ahead and request that as my day off every week.
We're not here to talk about Magic.
No.
Well, of course, we're never here to talk about Magic, and yet...
It always happens, I'm sorry. I use this as my free therapy sessions.
Before we get into it, I would like to know the name of a Magic card.
Borborygmus.
I love hearing the name of Magic cards.
Yeah. Alright. That one's based on a real word. Okay, I'll come up with a good one.
Okay.
How about Elspeth the Knight Errant? Planeswalker.
Was Was that two different ones?
No, that's one.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Her title is Elspeth Knight Errant, but her type is Planeswalker.
Gotcha.
No.
Okay. I can now name 3 magic cards.
Including Borborygmus? Nice.
I can name 0. Because even after you say them, they immediately leave my brain.
They just tickle him, and then they leave.
Yep.
What's your third one?
Black Lotus.
Oh, yeah. The Action Comics #1 of Magic cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's only about 7 months old?
Yeah. Yeah, but it is worth more than $4. Which is probably as much as that book will ever be worth. Yeah, magic.
Alright then. Godfather! Let's do this.
You guys should go
Where do we
first,
start?
because you already know how I feel
I was
about
gonna
it.
say, I wanted to say at the very beginning, like, I thought it was pretty hot at the beginning, but, like, pretty cheesy throughout the rest.
Okay, yeah.
I'm so glad that somebody else made that face after Jason said something. Because that's the face I always make.
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
And I think we made it for about the same amount of time, which also makes me feel good.
Oh.
Eric might need to be excused.
I think we narrowly avoided a spit take.
Yes, you did.
We were talking about the pizza, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I was going to add that it did get cold there towards the end.
Yeah. Like room temperature.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was still fine. It was still edible.
Yours was probably meatier than ours.
Oh yeah. It was chock full of toppings.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the pan? The golden crust?
No, we just got regular style.
I got the pan version.
What's the difference?
It's
Thicker?
thicker,
Yeah.
deep dish.
Yeah.
That's what we should have got.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Maybe for Godfather 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, Godfather tonight was a failure on behalf of Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one might say Herman Cain.
Yes.
999.
What did he do? What did he have to do with our pizza?
He created it.
Herman Cain did?
Yeah.
He's the CEO, right?
Yep.
CEO
Uh-huh.
Really?
of Godfather Pizza.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know for how long, though.
I don't know either.
Like in the 70s? I think they started in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Nor do I really care.
We don't do research.
No. I just wanted to make a cheap joke.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely interested.
Yeah. He sexually harassed a couple women while he worked there.
I've heard about that. Okay.
He recently ran for a Republican nomination not that long ago, before he gave up.
Uh-huh.
He had the 999 plan,
Uh-huh.
which I don't know anything other than it was just 999.
Yeah.
Was that
Nope.
the price of the pizza? Does that help support
Unfortunately, no, because
Eric got a $19 medium pizza today.
Yep.
that? Yeah. That's why we didn't get the medium.
Yeah.
The golden crust. We get the large and it's roughly the same price.
had less toppings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well,
Sometimes less is more. No?
possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why did I look at my girlfriend when I said that?
I
Um,
don't know.
It's not a visual podcast, so I apologize, but I did react.
yeah. But yeah, we had Godfather's pizza.
Yeah?
We watched Godfather the film.
Yeah.
It was a super nerd night.
No.
Well, that's a pretty nerdy thing to do, like match up your meals with your entertainment, isn't it?
No.
This is definitely not the first time I've done that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I wouldn't call that nerdy.
Okay.
I think if we dressed up.
Like we dressed up in our pinstripe suits.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much Godfather cosplay out there.
Every Italian wedding I've been to, actually, I think they've been doing it.
How many Italian weddings have you been to, babe?
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay. I was about to ask you how many favors you've asked for.
But, so yeah.
So, this movie. It's one of my missed classics. It's now really uncomfortable that you've moved.
I felt like I was craning my neck to be within mic range, and now I just scooched up here.
Alright.
It kind of was the Godfather of Miss Classic.
Holy crap!
You know.
This is very uncomfortable.
I'm not helping.
Anyway, go about your businesses.
No, you guys already know how I feel about it, so.
I had a train of thought and I lost it completely. Entirely.
You said this is Miss Classic.
Miss Classic, never seen it.
No.
Never seen it. This is one of those big movies that people get mad at you if you haven't seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bizarre to me that you haven't seen it, because, like, I think the first time I ever saw it was, like, 10 or 12 years ago, and people were mad at me
Right.
back then that I hadn't seen it. And we're roughly the same age here.
Right,
So.
right. I have no excuse. I don't know why it took me this long to watch it. I just don't.
I mean, it is a long movie,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not 34 years long.
No. Oh, a lot longer than that. 40.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
1972 is when this movie came out.
Well, no, I mean, like,
Oh,
because you're 30.
our age.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, it's also not that long either.
Yeah. Maybe an extended cut. We didn't watch that.
No, yeah. There is an extended
It's in
cut,
real
time.
kind of.
There is an
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's, isn't it? It's the first two movies edited together
In
to tell
chronological
one
order.
big story.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
We didn't watch that one. We
Which
just
I
watched-
think still actually has a shorter running time than the extended cut of Apocalypse Now.
Both movies
I'm
together?
not. I'm kidding.
Okay.
That was just
Alright.
not a good joke.
I believed you.
Yeah.
I believed you.
I did
because
too, yeah.
Apocalypse Now was like 7 hours. long.
Exactly. That's my point.
The extended cut,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's my favorite movie, and I hate the extended cut.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
There.
Yeah.
We reviewed it for the show.
The extended cut.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was an all-day thing.
It was an all-night thing, at least.
Yeah.
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 There were at least a couple breaks in that we had to take.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did not like the extended version of that movie. But the regular version, my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Godfather, not on this list.
Really?
Yeah.
On your favorite
Nope.
list?
Good movie.
Yeah.
I'll say that right
Yeah.
now. Get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to be in my top 10 ever.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Rare. I got some negative things to say about it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody know what The Godfather's about? Should we tell them?
I
The
couldn't
people
tell
listen.
you what it's about, and I just watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about the mafia. In case you haven't heard of it.
Alright.
It's about Michael Corleone.
Is it Corleone or Corleone?
I say Corleone because that's how Don Corleone says his own name.
Yeah, but we can't understand anything that guy says. Oh, I know.
Right.
Let's call Corleone's Pizza and see how they
Ooh.
answer. And then we'll know. Yeah, well, this 15-year-old white girl said Corleone, so that's the way it is.
You are, misjudging Corleone's Pizza,
Yeah.
because they are owned by Russian people.
Fantastic!
That makes so much more sense. Corleone's Pizza.
What? Kind of what it is?
Yeah. Okay, well then that won't work. We'll just go with what you said. But yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, not the masterpiece that, I think everyone makes it out to be. But then that just might be because I've seen every other movie in existence at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this movie is so old that like I didn't recognize. I mean, like I said, I'd seen this movie one time ever, and it was like a dozen years ago. So I didn't even recognize Al Pacino when I first saw him.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he's also a lot more quiet in this movie than he
Reserved.
is in basically anything I've ever seen him in.
At least in the past 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Because I've seen other movies, like, from the 70s that he's been in, and he's still got that sort of understated quality where he's actually acting and not just yelling things in an exaggerated manner.
Right. Yeah. I mean, once
Dog Day Afternoon, for example.
I think that's the only other older Al Pacino movie I've ever seen. I've never seen Serpico or...
Scarface.
Oh, I've seen Scarface.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm never going to see that movie.
Fuck that movie.
You couldn't pay me enough money to see that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is pretty overrated too. I mean...
Yeah. Well, that one, I just associate it so much with the horrible people.
Yeah.
That, there's no way you could...
Anytime you walk into a convenience store in Dayton and you see, like, Scarface,
mirror,
lunchboxes and, footed house pajamas. And invariably there's a pregnant, inebriated lady wearing the same, accoutrement in line buying lottery tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scratch offs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cigarettes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That she was going to use her Scarface lighter
Well,
with.
well, she has to buy 2 packs because now she's smoking for 2.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, overrated as well. And I saw that when I was a teenager, so it wasn't like it was built up for 20 years.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know where
What would you think?
Yeah.
Well,
second time ever seen it?
Like, honestly, yeah, like, it was like watching it for the first time because I remembered so little. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen or what scene was coming up or anything. So it was like I was watching it for the first time. I really enjoyed it. I did think, it could have been shorter. Like, could have been like 45 minutes shorter, and I would have been fine with that. But I thought it was really good. Just, I don't think it was, it wasn't my favorite, like, gangster movie ever.
Right. So this won't be in your top 10 either, then?
No, it's not in my top 10. Like, I like Miller's Crossing better, I like Casino better, I like Goodfellas better, like...
I agree with all of those things you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also that it definitely could have been shorter. I think almost the entire Michael in Italy arc could have been cut.
That could have been 5 minutes long. Yeah.
I almost agree. Almost. But I think it's important.
It's important, I think, to get him to where he winds up. But at the same time, I think that could have been truncated so much. And even then, like, that's, I think, one of the bigger negatives I have to say about this movie. I have no idea what the fuck the timeline of this movie is. Because, it starts out relatively linear. I mean, the entire thing is linear.
Yeah.
But, like, from the opening scene of the Don's daughter getting married.
Right.
To, Michael in Italy. Seems to only take about maybe a couple weeks.
No, because it's a summer wedding. They do Christmas shopping.
Right, but all the events seem to be like they could have been just a couple of weeks. And then, like, the Don gets shot. Spoiler. 45 minutes into the movie. And, of course Michael does tries to protect him at the hospital. He gets punched in the face. And then he does the whole deal, gets sent to Italy, and, like, even up until the point where he is about to go back to America, he still has the black eye.
Yeah, that confused me as well. Like that, and it wasn't like he got worked over by a bunch of dudes with metal pipes
punched once
by an old man. Yeah.
It was supposed to have been permanently disfiguring. Like, the guy broke his jaw with one punch.
Okay. Like in the book, they go into that. Yeah.
And there's, I think, a little bit of prosthetic stuff still going on towards the end, and he's kind of talking, He doesn't talk the same as he did in the beginning of the movie, but...
Makes you wonder if the same thing happened to the old Don Corleone, you know?
Because of his face.
Because you can't really understand
See,
him.
there was the face. There it was.
I wasn't making a joke.
I know. That's the worst part.
They laugh when I don't make a joke, but when I do, it just speaks right back. I'm the Andy Kaufman of this show. Clearly. Ahead of my time.
Alright. But yeah, no, because Vito Corleone's face is also kind of jacked up.
Yeah.
And he's kind of hard to understand. Yeah.
Mumble mouth. But then again, that just may be Marlon Brando.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was he like that in the 70s, or is this something like that he was doing for this film? Like, do you know?
You know, I don't know. Did he talk like that in, like, The Island of Dr. Moreau?
He mumbled in that movie.
Yeah.
In Apocalypse Now, he can't understand a thing he
Right.
says in that.
Yeah.
But at least in that, he didn't have anything shoved in his mouth.
Was there something in his mouth?
I think he put cotton balls, like, in the
think you're
bottom
right.
part of his
Yeah.
mouth to do that role.
Huh.
Which is why he it kind of juts out a little bit, and the mushy mouth speech, but.
I'll say he was kind of like this in The Freshman, too.
I've never seen
Oh, I
that.
have seen that.
Yeah. But he played the same characters.
Right.
Yeah, I got that joke.
Yeah.
See, again, that was a joke and no one laughed.
I don't know.
Yeah, but at least we got that one this time.
Okay.
It just wasn't funny.
You know, well, speaking of not being funny,
This movie.
no, this movie's a lot.
This is not the comedy that it was built up to be.
I know, right? Yeah, the sequel, Freshman, was so much more funny. No, but when I was like, I don't know, 12 or something, I saw The Freshman, because I was like, oh, it's got that dude from Ferris Bueller in it, I'll watch it. And I had never even, I'm sure I'd heard of The Godfather.
Yeah.
But I never knew anything about it. And so like, watching a parody of a movie you've never seen, not so funny. Yeah.
That is one thing I think I told you this. I made this joke to you yesterday. And I think it's applicable today as well. This past week I watched Cool Hand Luke.
Ah.
And I made this joke to you yesterday. After watching this movie, I can make the same joke. I now get every joke ever made.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
I gotta commend you too, because that is the mark of a good joke that is still good 2 days in a row.
Yep.
It hasn't expired yet.
What were we talking about?
Godfather.
God.
Okay, so what other problems did you have before we get into the positives? Other than it being too long and
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
frames.
The time frame, I think, bothered me more than anything else.
Like it could have used a little date in the bottom, like every once in a while, like 1970 or whatever.
No,
I guess it wasn't that far in the future.
Right,
1950s and 60s probably.
I think 50s mostly. Yeah. Cause it wasn't the beginning of the movie, the first hour or so
1945.
takes place in like 1945, 1946. So I would only assume a couple of years. Well,
I'm thinking
at
maybe
least 10.
5.
right.
Yeah.
5, 10. Yeah.
5 to 10.
Because it's enough for, Pacino's character to have a toddler
A
at
one-year-old,
one point.
yeah.
Yeah.
And his sister to have a mystery baby in between another baby or something, or maybe it was the same baby because they
Two
never
babies.
really showed.
It's 2 babies.
Okay. Speaking of another negative thing, Talia Shire.
Right? What a horrible fucking character. Truly, that's my only complaint about the movie. And it's not really a complaint about the movie, but
Just
what
her.
a shitty fucking character.
Which character?
The Don's
the-
daughter,
yeah.
Michael's sister.
Okay.
All she does is cry and scream and be histrionic, and that's
Right. Break shit.
her sole purpose for
Yeah.
being there. Yeah. At least in this movie.
She's not great in Rocky either.
I've never seen Rocky.
Yeah.
No, none of us have. That's weird. You've seen Rocky. No.
Not the first one.
Okay.
I've seen most of the sequels. She's terrible in those.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think she's horrible. Then, yeah, not a good character to begin with. Terrible actress to boot.
Isn't that Francis Ford Coppola's sister?
I believe she is
I
related
know they're
to...
related.
Yeah. There's a lot of
nepotism.
yeah, in the Coppola family.
There
Well, hey,
is.
we wouldn't have got Nicolas Cage if there wasn't. So
Was he ever in a Francis Ford movie?
I think he was. Wasn't Rumblefish a Francis Ford Coppola?
Yes. Wow. Good call.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was.
Never even heard of it.
Nice.
And that's pretty good. And Nick Cage doesn't he's basically unrecognizable.
Yeah.
You're like I guess it is when you're watching it.
Because he has
That's all
hair and
it
he
is.
is,
That's my Nicolas Cage impersonation.
I was going to say because he has hair and because he's understated.
You're thinking of Al Pacino in this movie.
Counts for both.
Well, but other than that, good, right?
I mean, yeah, it was good. It was by no means a bad movie.
And what year? 72? Two? Okay.
But yeah, I had some problems with it. I thought Marlon Brando got more and more cartoonish towards the end. It's like, cause again, I mentioned it already, like at the 45-minute mark or so, like he gets shot and is essentially removed from the movie for the next hour. And then when he comes back, it just seems like he is, going more and more big with the role and just being kind of buffoonish almost.
I think he was supposed to, though. I think he was getting senile and just getting old and sick, and I see where you're coming from with the buffoonish. I don't know that I agree, but I definitely see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Like when he was not you're not talking about just when he was playing with his kid. You mean
No,
just
yeah, just in general.
in the medians and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like even his voice was getting more exaggerated. Like, even at the beginning, like, you still couldn't understand anything he was saying, but then, like, it seemed like he was really playing it up, especially when he calls the meeting of, like, all the mafia families. And it just seems like he was going, like,
I think you're both right, though. I mean, he was clearly more, but it, I mean, maybe he was supposed to be hamming it up because, he's kind of a different person after that, I'm sure. You get 5 slugs in you, you talk different. But yeah, no, I agree. He was a little goofier, but might have been on purpose.
no.
Might have been called for by the director, I mean. Yeah, I mean, 1972, were there, like, any other awesome mafia movies before this movie?
Probably.
No, not like, they were all like,
Like,
I'm
very
sure there
low-key.
had to be something.
not like this one though. I think they were all more about the action and the,
There wasn't much character.
Right.
Right.
And I can't think of what I'm trying to say. The kind of portraying it as glamorous more than an actual representation of what that life might actually be like for someone.
Seemed pretty glamorous to me in this.
I completely disagree.
Really.
Yeah, completely disagree. Everybody's dying. There's kids screaming everywhere. Yeah, there was a big fat wedding in there somewhere. But other than that, what did they do that was glamorous?
I think the second half of it, I was starting to see that. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this seems horrible.
Yeah.
Like, but at the the first, like...
Everyone had money. Everyone lived in gigantic houses.
Money can't buy you happiness.
No, it can.
I think that's what they're trying to say. I mean, the first half is like, you're like, wow, look at all that shit. And then, like, towards the end, everybody's just getting killed. And...
Yeah, but at the same time, everybody wins in the end.
Nobody wins in the end.
Michael wins in the end.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does not.
Yep.
No.
He said to kill his buddy. He's lying to his new lady.
Yeah?
He never wanted that life. Never.
I think he kind of did.
I don't think he did.
I think he did.
I don't think he did.
He grew up with it.
He hated it.
But it's a part of him.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you want it.
Doesn't mean you know that you want it.
Interesting.
You can deny that you want it. You can do your best to try to move away from it, but, you know, you're always gonna get pulled back in. I think, he probably did want that life. Otherwise, he could have tried harder. He could have not immediately agreed or thought of the idea to go kill some guys in revenge.
Do you think maybe he thought that was his out, though? They're gonna send me to Sicily and I never have to come back.
But he keeps, even from the get-go, he's like, well, when can I come back? He always wants to come back, even after that.
Well, maybe
even before it.
Maybe he was just, you know, like less tied to that whole lifestyle as he was to his family, because they all seem very family-oriented.
Right.
And like once something bad happened to his dad, he was more like, this is what my family does, you know, like whether he wanted to do it. Because he didn't seem like excited. He seemed more like this is what he has to do, you know.
At first, I think. And I don't know. Looked like a guy who was never really much excited about anything ever.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and that's probably him. That's probably him growing up in that situation, seeing Sonny being just, you know, an off-the-cuff, you know, maniac.
Hairy-shouldered maniac.
Yeah. Who else was creeped out when he hugs a shirtless James Caan?
Somebody needs to tie that guy to a bed and break his feet off. Because he is kind of the complete opposite of Sonny.
So I think that's him forcing himself to do that because, you know, he doesn't, I think it's all denial. I think that he realizes that this is what he's going to be eventually. He just tried to deny it for too long.
Yeah.
Huh.
And he was the only son who could do it.
Right. Because Fredo was borderline retarded.
I love Fredo.
Which one was Fredo? Isn't he from Lord of the Rings?
I'm not laughing at that. No. I refuse.
So, I can't remember, honestly, which one is he in this
Vegas.
one? Oh, okay.
That giant forehead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Skinny guy.
Okay. I love Fredo. I do. He's such a fuck up, and he just wants to do good, but everything he touches is just... I love Fredo.
Like, he couldn't even get his gun out whenever they were
he
killing
dropped
his dad.
his gun, and then he didn't even go for help. He just sat there and cried.
Yeah.
Love Fredo.
Aw.
Yeah.
But he's never gonna get out of the Shire.
I'm not laughing.
For someone who's never seen the Lord of the Rings movies,
I
are calling out the references.
I work at Mavericks. I don't know if you know this. Occasionally, a geek strolls in. Has something to say about nerd shit.
Has an opinion.
Yeah. They share it weirdly with strangers. It happens all the time. You know, one thing though I did want to mention before I forget, we were talking about people being happy in like the life that they've chosen. I love how there's some like forced smiles whenever people shake hands, all throughout the movie, but like the only time Marlon Brando ever looks happy is when he's talking about his grandson.
Yeah.
Like he genuinely looks really excited for the first time. He's like, "Oh, where's the funny pepper?"
Yeah.
And he's just smiling ear to ear, and it's like, maybe that's the important thing to these people's family, but they've just like went about it in the most fucked up way. Mm-hmm. They'd be much happier just meeting at Red Lobster once a Sunday,
Right. Actually manufacturing and distributing olive oil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I still stand by my original assessment that it's the greatest movie ever made.
Wow.
That is crazy.
It's not. Now, granted, I've seen it.
Because I've seen the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Which is not to say it's my favorite movie, not by any means. Speaking of the Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay.
But I do think it's the greatest movie ever made. I really do.
See, that's weird. I'm just the opposite. Like, when I talk about Alien, I realize it's not the greatest movie ever made, but it is my favorite movie by a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Event on any list.
Yeah. Yeah.
But tell us more. Tell us more. What?
Well, first of all, I'm curious now what you think the greatest movie ever made is.
Garfield, because we were just talking about it.
It's Gary Busey Gator, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. That's why I had it turned into my back tattoo.
Back piece.
Yeah.
Big deal.
But no, seriously.
Oh, the greatest movie ever made?
Yeah.
Is... See, I don't know, like, cause I mean, like, if it was like a contest, like, you know, like the highest wall ever built, it'd be like a clear winner. But for me, I don't think there is like a way to be like the greatest piece of artwork ever made. It's just, you know, personal opinions. I mean,
Well, your girlfriend seems to think differently.
I'm just going by my completely uneducated ideas of what a movie, how you put a movie together.
All right.
That's what I'm going on.
I wouldn't say you're uneducated. You're a film lover. You've watched a shitload of movies.
I'm not formally educated in what you do to put a movie together.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to ever make a movie, this would be what I would use as my guide.
No.
I'll put it that way.
All right.
The oranges.
Well, you better hurry,
The
because
oranges.
Abe Vigoda surely can't last much longer.
Every year, once a year. Fucking Abe Vigoda is still alive? Once a year. Seriously. And it's always on, what, Conan? Is that the show? Or is it Letterman? Where he always pops up?
I think it was
Conan,
Conan.
it used to
Yeah.
be when they were in New York. I
He was
don't know
like-
if he's ever shown up
I
on
think he was
news.
on the very last episode, like in a cage. Like,
Yeah.
in a cage.
They released
Abe
him
in
into
the
the wild.
That's right, yeah.
It's the little stuff. Did you catch the oranges?
There were a lot of them throughout the movie.
Death.
Every time there's death.
No. The first shot of Tessio, he's catching an orange. There's oranges at the end of both the tables during the meeting with the families.
Right.
Godfather's buying oranges when he gets shot. I think
he bought a green pepper.
Okay, well there's a bag of oranges.
He did pick out a couple of them.
What was he putting an orange peel in his mouth when he had the heart attack?
Oh, yeah.
Who else had oranges? But the color orange, when Carlo got the piss beat out of him by Sonny, he's wearing an orange sweatsuit. Luca Brasi, when Luca Brasi goes to the hotel bar and they shut the glass doors behind him, it's fish, it's an underwater scene etched into the glass. Luca Brasi is about to sleep with the fishes.
Right.
It's little stuff like that that just amaze me. And the whole Sicilian part, if that had just been Michael and Sicily, I probably would have turned the movie off the first time I watched it. Waltz had oranges. Horsehead guy. He had oranges. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time I've ever caught it. I think Kay's dress in the beginning, at the wedding, I think she was wearing an orange dress, which I never caught before. Was it orange or red?
I'm gonna say red.
I can't remember.
Just to be
I-
contradictory. But no,
I
I
thought it was
honestly
orange.
think it's red.
Yeah, which I never caught that before, so maybe I don't know. But, I lost my train of thought again. Fishes, sleeps with the fishes, oranges.
Little things.
Oh yeah, the editing. Like they were still cutting back to America and showing what was going on with the war in America and then going back to Sicily. And I think that kept it paced well.
It helped. But
Yeah.
I still think that most of the Sicily stuff could have been left out.
Yeah.
There.
And you guys might know, because I'm retarded about films made more or less before 1970. Was there ever a juxtaposition like that? I mean, think of how many times you've seen it in movies since, but of the baptism and the violence. Like, how many times have you seen a wedding edited with shots of violence, or
Right.
childbirth and shots of violence? Was this the first time? I would
don't know.
love to know that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think that maybe you're giving Francis Ford Coppola a little too much credit.
Oh, I'm not, because I think he's a hack in everything else I've seen.
I'm just getting really worried because I had an orange for breakfast today. You guys
Carrying an orange purse.
seriously, you might want to watch out. There might be a piano falling.
I had an orange last night.
I had one last
both
night
did.
too. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Maybe I canceled it out when I had one this morning. But so, does orange somehow like represent death in anything other than The Godfather? I don't
know.
I'm curious why they chose the oranges. Just to link them together.
Just a subtle thread, yeah.
I like citrus.
Mm-hmm.
I like citrus.
Yeah. Don't get it in your eyes
No.
or your penis
I was totally gonna say, or your vagina. High five.
or your vagina. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Either one. Yeah, they both apply to Eric
I will avoid getting orange in my vagina.
or your penis.
Or my penis.
Um,
I call it a
Anything
vagina.
I call it a penis.
I call it a Venus.
Oh, Venus.
It's a pun.
Huh.
Ish.
Venus. I was trying to think of those lyrics to the Bananarama song. Is that a Bananarama song?
Yeah, baby, she's got it.
Oh, yeah, that's it. You're my Venus.
Yes.
You're my penis. You're my fire. What's your desire?
Okay, can I say one last thing, and then I'll stop raving,
No.
because I
No,
feel
go
really
for it.
bad that you
Keep going.
guys were pretty lukewarm on the movie. The last shot.
You are allowed to talk as long as you want about anything you want.
Really?
Go for it.
The last shot of Kay. I think that might be my favorite shot in any movie ever.
When they're closing the door
Yeah.
between her and him.
The look on her face, the closing the door, boom, black credits. Yeah, and I'm not a big Diane Keaton fan, but even in this movie I didn't think she was great. But her face, her posture, just everything in that last shot was just such a look of resignation and horror and kind of hopelessness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Well, she deserves it.
Well-
I think that she thought she trusted that Michael wasn't gonna go back to the family business, and it was in that moment she realized she was just like all the other wives that she probably has contempt for. You know? Like, she's college educated, she didn't start spitting out babies right out of high school, she doesn't let her man beat her. She's probably
Right.
very contemptuous of these other women.
At least
but-
not yet. She doesn't.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll happen.
Yeah.
And she'll deserve it. No, I didn't like her at all in the
Yeah.
movie. And I thought that, because they don't exactly show her taking him back or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But when it's revealed that, not only did she, but, spawned a kid out of it,
Right.
it just made me dislike her even more.
I thought she was fine in this movie. That's weird. You guys didn't like her.
No.
Like, whenever she saw the newspaper that Don Corleone had been shot, I thought that was a really good performance there. I thought it was good.
I don't think she's great.
I've always liked her, though.
This is probably
But I think
my
it's
favorite
because
thing
she
ever.
broke Woody Allen's heart.
Yeah, that's why I like
No,
her.
I don't give a shit. I did like Baby Boom, though.
Oh, I forgot about Baby Boom. Good call. Good call. I've seen her boobs.
Hey, I was 10. Things make me laugh.
I can swear to you that this is the truth. The first time I ever realized I was capable of not liking a movie was when I watched Baby Boom. Like,
Nice.
I can remember where I was. I was like by myself. Like, there was no reason, no influence. Like, because my brother would just rent movies and like crazy and tape them and sell them at school. And he would rent anything. He didn't care what it was. And he had rented 3 movies, and one of them on the top said Baby Boom. And I was like, oh, I'll watch it, whatever. And I put it in because I was like, I like every movie I've ever seen.
Movies are fun.
Yeah. And I watched it, and like 20 minutes in, I was like, huh, that's weird. I'm not enjoying a movie. And then like half an hour in, 45 minutes in, it was freaking me out. And by the end of the movie, I was just like,
You mean they make bad ones?
I was like, why do they make bad movies? I was like, this changes everything. I had no idea that it was possible until Baby Boom.
Married to the Mob.
That was yours?
Yeah.
Betsy's Wedding. I was a little older. I developed later, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Betsy's
Well,
Wedding,
yours
which I
both-
saw in the
Yours are
theater.
both wedding-related movies. That's interesting.
Not really. Mine has more to do with Godfather than
Maybe that's why he didn't like this movie associated with Married to Mom. And I associate it with Baby Boom. That's probably why.
Ooh, Godfather fun fact. I only remember this is like one of the 3 things I took away from the commentary. Which Francis Ford Coppola was surprisingly humble in the commentary, should you ever decide to watch it with commentary.
Alright.
$4.5 million was the budget.
Huh.
Which I don't know what that converts to from 1972
Today, right.
money to today money, but I would think it's not
Not that much.
Right.
Yeah.
$4.5 million bucks.
Well, on the other hand, it didn't seem like there was really that much that needed to be done with it. It's probably mostly salary.
I don't know. Cars, costumes,
Yeah,
sets.
there was some stock footage in there, though, too.
Okay.
Did you notice that you're a big Star Wars nerd? There was something that I think I noticed in this movie.
Michael's face?
No, but
Okay.
no,
No,
but
go ahead.
maybe
You first.
Well, this movie is clearly older than Star Wars, but I wonder if George Lucas maybe was paying tribute because whenever Don Corleone is in his office and you see the blinds behind him, they look exactly like the same pattern that's on the wall behind the Emperor in Return of the
wow,
Jedi.
nice.
It's like those cylinder, like those horizontal cylinder shapes. They're like long, short, long. Like they look exactly like that.
I know Michael's face when he's confronting Carlo is lit. Half in the light, half in the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Luke.
Like Luke's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's possible. Maybe. I know George Lucas borrowed from a lot of like,
Borrowed.
Kurosawa
Again,
and everybody that he
Not
loves.
a visual podcast. I'm using metal quotes this time. He borrowed.
We can hear your sarcastic quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's metal quotes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Metal.
There you go.
There we go.
You mean like pour some sugar on me? Is that a metal quote?
That one just wasn't very good.
No. Holy diver. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So yeah, maybe that's a couple of things that he was not into. Maybe we're both wrong. Who knows? Who knows? Did you see any Star Wars references?
Nope.
We're asking the wrong guy.
How about that scene where when Don Corleone is getting the oranges and like right before the car pulls up,
He cuts Fredo's hand off.
Oh, well, I was going to say you see like 3 Ewoks run across the street in the background. But I mean, don't know that was a reference or not. It might have been coincidence.
Yes.
I like the kitty.
Yeah.
I know.
It's the one bit of trivia I do know about this movie. Marlon Brando just found that cat
Yep.
right before they shot that scene.
Really?
Yep.
He was just walking around, cat.
I'm gonna bring this kitty on the set.
Pretty much.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm pretty sure that's why Dr. Claw has his cat in Inspector Gadget.
Probably.
So
Oh,
that
yeah.
he would-
Although,
Right.
wasn't there some Bond villains that did that too? Like the fluffy white
good
cat.
call.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if that was pre-Godfather or not.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
And this is why I'll never ever get mad at anybody for saying they've never seen a movie. I've never seen a James Bond movie.
Right.
Not one. Yeah.
Some of them are worth seeing.
Yeah.
Most of them are not.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, I was just going to say that that kitty was cute.
Yeah. It was.
It frolicked.
What happened to the kitty? Nobody killed that cat,
I
did
don't think so. Yeah. Cat was pretty well behaved though for being apparently a stray.
Yeah.
She was loving on Brando, and then he puts it on the desk and just immediately just sits. That's awesome.
Maybe it was well fed. Sluggish.
Yeah. So Marlon Brando is only like 50 in this movie.
I know, right? That's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, Abe Vigoda only 3 years older than him.
Wow.
Brando's no longer living.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did he die?
Early 2000s?
Maybe a little before, maybe.
Well,
I'm bad at that.
his last movie was, I believe, was The Score with Robert De Niro and Edward Norton,
Interesting.
which is one of the 5 Brando movies I've ever watched. And I think he died either before that movie came out or shortly after. So, yeah. So most of the movies I've seen with Marlon Brando are barely in it.
Right.
This one, in which he disappears for at least an hour and a half of the 3-hour runtime. Superman.
Yeah. I always forget about Superman. Yeah.
You can understand him in that one.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really see him.
No. Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut.
Yeah.
Superman Returns.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
technically in it.
Yeah.
And The Score. And The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Which I saw 3 times for some reason.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. I could barely get through once.
I don't know if I finished it, truthfully.
It was so terrible.
Yeah. Do not remember.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you why I've seen that 3 times in The Godfather just today.
Well, you've technically watched the same number of hours as both of them now. So that still balances out. Yeah, I liked it. I mean,
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't think it's the kind of movie I would need to watch more than once every 10 years because it's so like, okay, this is what happens. Blah, it's pretty black and white. It's not like Star Wars where there's like all these scenes and characters and quotes and, I mean.
See, to me there are.
See, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Get
could
the gun, get the cannoli.
Yeah. I could definitely go a decade without watching it again, but I'm sure I'd watch it again.
I would much rather watch this movie than Star Wars. But yeah, I don't think this isn't your normal. I'm gonna sit on the couch and do something else. Let me throw a movie on type of movie.
It totally is for me. It really is.
I believe
I like watching it and paying attention to every single thing that happens, and I like watching it and being like, oh, dude, Michael's about to drop the gun.
And then you go back to crocheting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
I thought this would be a more lively discussion than this. I'm disappointed in all of us.
What did you think we would discuss? I mean,
I don't know. Because I guess maybe because of the way everyone reacts to this movie that, I don't know, like it's just so built up and, it is generally thought of as one of the best movies ever made.
Right.
I view it as, like she said, I believe it's one of those game-changer movies that once it came out, people were like, wow, let's think about the way we make movies a little differently, probably.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what all came before it, especially in this genre.
Right.
Like mafia stories,
Right.
but I feel like this was like, I'm sure like Martin Scorsese watched this movie and was like, yo.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, possibly, but, I don't know. I don't think in my head I can, reconcile that this might be a game changer and that there's no other movie before this that was, or wasn't, that, maybe there had to be something else before this that just maybe was ignored.
Yeah.
Because I gotta assume that this movie, was successful, I'm sure, but, I'm sure that, that was solely on Brando. Because Pacino couldn't have been a name before this movie.
I don't think he was.
Yeah,
I think
James
that's
Caan.
actually mentioned in the commentary that he was not a big star.
Right.
Oh, who do they want casted?
Jim Varney, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna think of it. Maybe if we take a break, I'll look it up.
Alright.
Yeah.
And, what about Coppola? It was,
This
he have
is like
movies
maybe
before
his.
this? Yeah.
Wasn't Apocalypse Now before this?
Apocalypse Now was 79.
Really?
Yep.
Really? I I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't think this was his first.
Right.
It was early, but I definitely don't think it was his first.
I know nothing about Coppola. I couldn't even name 3 other movies that he did. So.
Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, which even stars my future husband, and I think it's a turd.
I don't think it's a turd.
It's pretty to look at.
Yeah. I think Keanu Reeves is the weakest link in that thing.
I think it's a fight between him and Winona Ryder, truthfully.
Oh, well, I just automatically dismiss her no matter what. She is a non-entity.
I like Winona Ryder.
I like Winona Ryder in the right movie.
I like her in every movie.
But it was not
like her
Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
I don't like her alive.
Yeah.
Oh, she was one of my
Heathers.
giant 80s crushes. Mm-hmm. Her and Alyssa Milano and John Voight.
When you're the worst part of Beetlejuice, what I might consider the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah. It has some claymation. It has some Danny Elfman. Yeah, it's got everything.
It's got Harry Belafonte.
Yeah. Right. Alec Baldwin when he was young and had a normal voice.
And he wasn't smiling all the time. Or was he smiling all the time?
What?
Always get that, like, little...
He looks like he's had a little plastic surgery gone wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a little.
Bit, yeah. But Michael Keaton at the height of his powers.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Best movie ever made. Except for the fact that Winona Ryder is in it. Jeffrey Jones before he was a pedophile.
No.
Apparently he's not a pedophile, though, because that just went away.
Yeah.
You never hear when people are cleared.
Right. But he's also never worked since.
And he was in Deadwood.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know that he wasn't back then.
True.
Just before
I'm pretty sure he was, yeah. I'm pretty sure he was when I saw his first Bueller for the first time.
So Winona?
That's the whole reason Principal Rooney is chasing after Fiona Ferris. Because he's gonna fuck him.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. His pocket's gonna be warm and sticky too.
Hey-oh!
You got one in!
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh. What were we talking about? How did we get on Winona?
How many Francis Ford Coppola movies
Oh,
have
yeah.
you seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen Rumblefish.
Some Rumblefish and Dracula. I didn't realize Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula was actually by Francis Ford Coppola. Thought it was just one of those,
He didn't do Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
He did not.
Actually, it's Bram Stoker's Dracula is the official.
Oh, good call, yeah.
But he did not do the Frankenstein one. That was a Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah. Oh, do you not think that Joe G looks like a very young Kenneth Branagh?
Nope.
Totally does.
I didn't see it until you pointed it out, but we were watching something and I was like, oh my, it was the Oscars. Because he was like, looks like a normal guy, didn't have like crazy, like, long hair and swords and stuff. And
Joe G, not Kenneth Branagh, right?
Yeah. Joe still had his sword. I mean, if he's watching the Oscars, he's carrying a piece. And, it looked just like him.
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
We'll see what Jenny thinks when we sneak Kenneth Branagh into the bedroom. Maybe she won't know the difference. Maybe she will, and she'll pretend like she doesn't. Who knows?
It's anybody's guess.
Yeah. You're covered, Jenny. Plausible denied of it. Yeah. Let's take a break and look at that thing.
Sure.
Right.
All right. I forget what we're looking up anyway.
I forget
Who
too.
the studio wanted to be.
That's right. So I guess, except for that, done with the Godfather speak.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, there's no rules.
Yeah.
This is a podcast.
That's right.
We can even take 2 breaks if we wanted.
We'd be like,
Do a 3-hour show if we had to.
we'd be breaking new ground just like this movie.
Not really. when there are in existence 24-hour podcasts,
Yeah. That's
ground
crazy.
has been obliterated.
That's crazy.
Are there 24-hour podcasts?
There have been, yeah. Yeah.
They tag team out hosts, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, that's kind of cheating.
There's been 12-hour podcasts without doing that.
Okay, that's cool.
Right.
That's cool.
That's insane.
All right, we'll take a break.
Papa's in the swing. You ain't too hip. What's that new breed thing? You ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag. And dig this crazy scene. He's not too fancy, but his mind is pretty clean. He ain't no drag. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a jack. He's doing the fly. Don't play him cheap, 'cause you know he ain't shy. He's doing the monkey, the mashed potatoes, jump back jack, see you later, alligator. Come here, sister. Papa's in the swing. Get you hip now, but I can dig the new breed thing. He ain't no drag. He's got a brand new bag. Good Papa, he's doing the jack. Papa, he's doing the jack. He's doing the twist, just like this. He's doing the pat every day and every night. The thing, like the boomerang. Hey, come on. Hey, hey, come on. Hey, set you uptight. Out of sight. Come on, see what you know. Come on, see what you know.
Welcome back to the Gunsfest. That was terrible.
Yeah,
Really
it was.
wasn't bad.
No, I'm going with terrible.
It was better than mine and yours. So let's give it that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I would have said something like, "We have a podcast that you can't refuse," maybe that'd be terrible. That'd be terrible.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Godfather.
We're gonna make them a podcast they can't refuse.
Oh, nice.
Real
Okay.
horse head, by the way. Real
Yeah,
horse
she
head.
did bring a real horse head with her for that quote.
No, that was a real horse head
Oh,
in the
really?
bed.
Really?
It was. It was not a prop.
All right, so I'm a pretty sound sleeper. But I am pretty sure that somebody coming into my room, hauling a decapitated horse head, and putting it under the sheets below my feet, it'd probably wake me up.
Or if you're drunk.
Yeah,
Nah, I don't know.
I
You
don't.
just lift the end of the sheet up, slip that bad boy in there.
It's got some heft to it,
That was a
though.
big fucking bed, though.
I gotta say that's the
It was a
deleted.
single. No, that was at least a twin-size bed.
It was a big bed.
That was big. Yeah, that was a big bed.
Yeah.
It fit one person.
It looks like it fit 4.
Yeah.
I thought it fit 4.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna firmly disagree with you on
I think
this
your
one, Eric.
perceptions are off.
I do say I wish that was the deleted scene that we do get to watch though. Like 3 guys like hoisted on the head. Like, tilt, no. Raise your end up. Because it'll spill.
Wedge it!
Yeah.
Wedge it!
Just turn it. No, not that. Yeah. Unless, maybe they've done it 1,000 times.
Right.
And they have it down to a science.
But still, then I would have to, because that was a big house.
Yes.
I'll give you that. It was a big house, not a
Yes.
big bed. But they had to drag that thing. I'm imagining that they probably killed it in the stable.
Yeah.
Unless they took it into the house and killed it outside the room.
Which,
That would still make some noise.
yeah.
But then they had to drag the head from the stable all the way up to the 3rd floor or whatever that was. And,
It was right below the jaw. I would imagine that's a one-man job.
Yeah, to carry it maybe, but to cut
Do
it
it.
off and
Yeah.
Well, they probably drugged the horse first. So
Yeah.
it's passed
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Because you don't saw through a live horse. Trust me.
That's
All
crossing a line.
Yeah.
Okay. Assuming that it is a one-person job. Horsehead is still big.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a two-handed job.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna... unless the door was already open, there's
You
some
gotta-
fumbling, you gotta, like, prop it up against the side of the door.
Use your hip.
Right,
Yeah. Like the cleaning lady, like, is like vacuuming and she just kind of gives them the stare down the hall. Like, they're like, no, it's fine. No worries.
Oh yeah, well, the fact that he has, like, a full staff of people
Right.
who probably live there as well.
Right.
You know.
Fun fact about the mansion. That was it Alan or Adam Stanwyck in Fletch?
Oh,
Stan-
really?
Adam Stanwyck.
Oh, was
Alan,
it Adam?
Alan.
Alan Stanwyck. That
Yeah.
was his mansion. in
Really?
Fletch.
Well,
Is it the guy that
I think
is
I like that
killing
movie
himself?
Really?
yeah.
Is it the guy that's killing himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or he wants Fletch to kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Eric looked up a bunch of shit
Yeah.
while you were having your smoke break.
Yeah.
And you looked up some stuff
did.
too. I forget all of it if you guys want to talk about it.
Well, the main thing I think where our intent was to find out who
Yeah.
was originally supposed to be Michael Corleone.
Yes.
But it was Jim Varney, right? You looked at it.
Jim Varney auditioned and got a final call. It was down between him, Robert Redford, and I forget who else.
Not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan
Ryan O'Neal.
Yeah, Ryan
Yeah,
O'Neal.
yeah.
Definitely not Ryan Reynolds. Yes, which would have been terrible casting. Terrible.
Ryan Reynolds?
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's Sicilian, then you got
Right.
one family member who looks like he's from northern Italy, and
Right.
or, California.
Right.
And, yeah.
We're Nazi Germany.
Right? The list of people, I got rid of it, so please continue. I'm sorry.
The list of people who were... What, I can remember something if you help me what I'm looking for.
Oh no, I was telling you to continue whatever you were going to say while I
Right.
looked mine up. I'm sorry.
I didn't have anything else to say.
No, I thought you had more fun facts.
No, well, yeah, but you mentioned a list of people. And-
Ernest Borgnine,
Right.
Edward G. Robinson, Orson Welles, Danny Thomas, what? Richard Conte, who I admittedly do not know who that is.
No.
Anthony Quinn and George C. Scott were all considered to be Don Corleone.
And Coppola wanted Laurence Olivier.
Coppola wanted Laurence Olivier or Brando.
Yeah.
And Frank Sinatra actually tried out for the role.
He would have been terrible.
They clearly made the right choice there.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
and
take, Frank.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine? It's perfect. And like whenever they went by the that marquee that said Dean Martin and Sammy Davis, he would have like vomited out the window in respect or something.
Smacked a hooker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for you, Dean. And you said his voice was actually based on a real mobster.
Yes. And he wore the cotton for the audition, but they actually made him a prosthetic to wear in his face during the filming, which is on display in the American Museum of the Moving Image.
I thought you were going to say the American Museum of the grossest shit ever.
Yeah, who wants to see that?
Yeah. This was in Brando's mouth for months. Check it out.
Yeah. It does seem, actually, that the general consensus from everyone but me is that The Godfather Part 2 is actually a much better movie. So I encourage you to watch. Eric got the set.
Yeah,
And I've already told him to just fucking skip the third one.
right.
But
That seems to be a consensus
Yeah.
I've read. Is,
But they said it had all 3 movies and all 16 episodes of the cartoon, right?
right, yeah.
Sweet.
I will watch the cartoon.
Yeah. Boing! Hey, Magoto's here. He pops up. What's his
I
name?
did-
Tessie? What's his name?
Tessio.
Tessio. Yeah.
I did, according to the Wikipedia page, it is generally considered to be one of the greatest movies of all time, and is number 2 to Citizen Kane. So, yeah. So apparently I'm wrong, but I don't care.
I don't think opinions can be wrong.
Yeah.
I truly don't.
I've tried to convince him of that for years. There's no point in trying to make that effort. I think it's one of those things, like, if all of us had been our age, or, like,
When
slightly
it
younger,
came out.
we would have all been blown away.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, we've seen all these other things that have taken the giant leap that Godfather made and then made, like, tinkered little improvements on it, I think.
Well, it's like,
good call. Yeah.
I think that's essentially what, because I've been doing these missed classics for, 6 months now, maybe longer. Trying to see all these movies that I've just, for one reason or another, I've just never seen. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, I am walking away from every single one of them, whether I like it or not, saying that, well, I've also seen 30 years worth of movies between that, and so I've seen people take maybe what that started and improve on it. Because I do generally think that, Goodfellas is a much better mob movie than Godfather was. And I think it also gets across the point of, this isn't glamorous and it's kind of shitty.
Right.
And Casino even does that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly even more than Goodfellas.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's kind of why I'm deciding that this might be the last missed classic that I pick, as that, just because
it's
repetitive.
Repetitive lesson that you're learning.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I said, even I watched Cool Hand Luke, a couple days ago, and good movie.
Yeah.
But, it was just like, once I put together where I've heard all the jokes making fun of that movie, and then figured out how it was going to end 20 minutes into it.
Right.
It was just sort of like, oh, yeah, that was alright, but I'm not blown away.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening every time I pick one of these things.
Maybe it just broadens your perspective a little bit.
A little bit,
that's about it.
And I mean, I'm seeing good movies. I mean,
Right.
I cannot argue that this wasn't a good movie,
Mm-hmm.
Same with Alien, and some of the other ones we've seen.
I forget, you liked Alien.
I liked Alien.
You did not like Aliens.
Right.
Correct? Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, that's the other thing, is I've seen some movies that are classics, and I'm just like, oh, that was a piece of shit. Highlander.
Oh, yeah.
Highlander.
I think that's the only one of the classics we've watched that I think was just a piece of shit.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't know that I would call that a classic, but a cult.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things,
Yeah.
like I think even I mentioned it when we did the show, is that, especially the type of people that all of us hang out with.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I can't believe you've never seen it.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just awful. Don't see Highlander.
It's a TV movie.
You can watch The Godfather.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
The TV show of Highlander is fine.
Yeah.
I've got no problems with that one.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Nor have I.
It's, I think it's a concept better suited for television. If you ignore the movies entirely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, does Robert De Niro, he plays young Don Corleone in the second one, right? Okay.
Right.
Because I've seen it, but again, like a decade ago.
Yeah.
So is that the first prequel?
Huh. Wow.
I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe. Not sure.
Huh.
Does it continue any part of the...
Oh, a ton.
Okay, alright,
a ton.
So
Yeah.
it does both. It tells the story of Vito's rise to power and of Michael continuing whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I don't want to say anything about that.
That's fine. That's fine. Have you ever read the book?
Yes.
Okay. Is the book...
It's incredibly accurate.
Okay.
Faithful, I guess, is a better choice of words, but yeah.
Puzo also wrote
Yes.
the screenplay as well, so...
Yes. Incredibly faithful.
I think I remember... So I watched the Robert Evans documentary a couple years ago, and I think the book hadn't even been read or written yet when he optioned it for a movie.
Oh, wow.
I think Puzo was just starting to write it. And
Oh, wow.
somehow, like, Evans heard about it and, started having him write the book and the screenplay at the same time. Yeah.
Wow.
I know the sequel, I think, was optioned before the first one was released.
Right.
Even.
So they knew what they had
I think so.
when they were finished.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we learned some stuff.
We did.
Had some good pizza.
Had some good
We did.
pizza.
Yeah.
Watched it. It's a good movie. Not a great movie, in my opinion, but a good movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would very much like to see at least the second sequel. And I'm probably going to have to watch the third
You
one.
might as well.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Has
Yeah.
it got the same, what does the third one have? Same actors and
Andy
characters?
Garcia.
Yeah.
Pacino's still in it. Right?
Yeah, Pacino's still in it.
Sofia Coppola,
is in
yeah.
it. And she's kind of the Jar Jar.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That is what I hear.
Yeah, she's kind of the Jar Jar
Aw.
of The Godfather Part 3. Definitely much better suited to work behind the camera than in front of it.
Yeah, I know she's got a third movie out that I've never seen. I've seen The Virgin Suicides and Lost in Translation, but I haven't seen.
She's got more than that.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that yet. I
She had
forgot
more
about
than
that.
those three?
I think so. Yeah. Didn't she
Not
do?
a ton, but I think there's more.
What was
Didn't
that?
she do a movie about Marie Antoinette?
Yes,
With Kristen
yes,
Dunst?
yes.
Yeah.
What was that other one though? Because it was on at the theater and we just
Yeah,
never
I
made
can't.
it.
It's about the rock star and his daughter.
Yeah. With,
Flower or something.
Stephen Dorff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to see that too.
Right.
I like her movies.
Yeah.
So she has at least two more that you haven't seen.
Awesome.
I have no interest in seeing any of her movies.
Would you veto one?
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's a strong no interest.
Yeah.
That's an anti-interest.
Yeah.
You don't have a fun boner for that. Feelings boner.
Feelings boner. Get it right.
Yeah.
We were trying to start a movement here.
Yeah. A boner movement.
Feelings boner movement.
Yeah. That's him and Joe came up with feelings boner.
Feelings boner.
Did you come up with that or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, we came up with it on League Nights. It's, a feelings boner is basically a feeling of great happiness that you feel, when something awesome happens. Yeah.
I like it.
I got a feelings boner when I saw the U-Haul parked in the back of my building here. I got a feelings boner when I found out that Ben Browder is going to be on an episode of Doctor Who. I got a feelings boner when I watched a movie yesterday.
He
Oh,
did.
Yeah.
He did. Yep.
And I also had a feelings boner for a movie I watched today, but not this one. I've been on a movie watching kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 in 24 hours?
Yeah. 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 I have monopolized your girlfriend's time this weekend.
Thank you.
You were getting sick of her.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant, no, back it up. That's not what I meant.
Jason, can you please bring me Gatorade and puke back?
I meant, since I was working, I can't think of a better second choice. That's what I meant. I didn't want you to be out there wandering the streets looking for, someone to take you to the movies.
Right.
When you can have Eric.
Random Xenia homeless people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, there are fine people who live in Xenia who just roam.
No.
They're all in this room right now.
They're not.
All
There's
the-
a reason people that live in Xenia get really pissed off about the movie Gummo.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their cousins are all in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I accidentally wound up in Xenia last weekend, and I think I got hit on by a crackhead at Speedway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I should also point out that everybody at Speedway was a crackhead.
Yeah. Accurate.
Both sides of the counter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Xenia's a wonderful place.
No.
God keeps trying to destroy it with tornadoes.
Like every 10 years.
Yeah.
Every 10 years. But it's like
tornadoes and
Cockroaches.
Harmony Korine movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Which are both equally devastating.
They are. They are.
And I'm a fan of both. Like, as long as they're at a safe distance. They're both pretty to look at, but I don't want them anywhere near me.
Did Harmony Korine do Kids?
He wrote it, but he didn't direct it.
Who directed it? Do you know?
Larry Clark is that guy's
Oh,
name?
that was Larry Clark. Okay, okay. Yeah. Kids is one of those movies that I'm glad I saw, but I never want to see it again.
Yeah.
Platoon. Glad I saw it. Never want to see it again. Yeah.
Mm. Did you like Gummo? Did anybody like Gummo?
I've never seen it.
No.
I really liked Gummo.
Did you really like it?
I've seen it like a dozen times.
See,
Yeah.
and this is, you know, like I would so much. God, I'm putting this down for posterity. This is going to be on the internet for the rest of the universe. But I'm going to go ahead and say
Three
it.
people are
I'm
listening.
going to go ahead and say it.
3 people are listening.
I would rather watch Clash of the Titans than a Harmony Korine movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Who
would.
wouldn't?
Thank you for validating.
I
that,
wouldn't.
'cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
I just
See,
I
I
don't
told
get
you.
them. I mean, I just it's not my type of thing. I don't get it.
No,
I
I
need to have a point, even if the point is really stupid.
I don't-
need to have a point.
I don't think he's necessarily like, you know, an amazing filmmaker, but I think he's a very distinctive filmmaker.
100% agree with that.
And I love watching his movies, but I usually only want to see them once. But I actually really, really liked Gummo, and I think a large part of it was the music. I loved the music in the movie.
Interesting.
Just make a mix CD.
I actually had the soundtrack, so yeah, that's
There you go.
when I kind of stopped watching it once I bought the soundtrack. But yeah, no, I'd watch anything he does once. But yeah,
I'll keep watching them just to see if there's one that gives me that aha moment.
yeah.
I saw that guy on Letterman once, and that was pretty much that informed me of all I needed to know to never want to watch one of his movies.
I've seen him on Letterman twice, and both times he seemed he was insanely high on something.
Yeah.
He was like just laughing and moving nervously the whole time, and Dave was even like commenting on it, like, "Why don't you settle down there, son?" And yeah, he seems like the kind of person that I would never want to be around, but that I would always want to see the things that he produces. But yeah. But you guys didn't watch a Harmony Korine movie.
No,
No.
we watched something probably closer to Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
But better, probably, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely better.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the new Clash
Right,
of the
right.
Titans. Yeah.
Which I
I
still
think we
haven't
would
seen.
all agree that we would rather watch the original Clash of the Titans than anything, so.
Never seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I would actually much rather see the movie we watched yesterday. Again. We went to the movie theater, you and I,
We did.
at 10 in the fucking morning
Eric
on
and
a
I were-
Saturday.
We both looked at each other like, we're so proud of ourselves.
We got up and got dressed all by ourselves.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we met at the theater like 10 till 10,
Yeah.
and like she was standing in line to buy a squishy. And I was just sort of standing there, it's like, you know, I haven't done anything today yet, but it already feels like I've accomplished so much.
Totally. Totally. That's exactly what it felt like.
Well, I'm proud of you both.
Yeah.
Because usually I'll get up on a Saturday anywhere between 10 and 1. And then maybe around 2 o'clock I'll try to figure out if I actually feel like leaving the house to get something to eat. Or if I just want to stay in the house and starve until you show up for drawing night.
And I told Eric that's the point where I usually decide to take a nap.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, because then I'll wake up starving and be like, okay, I have to eat.
Right.
So I usually get up about 9 or 10, drink some coffee, maybe have some Cheerios, play some Skyrim. I'm 35, by the way.
Yeah, I'm 33. Not that much younger.
You're a boy, though. Like, you guys get a little more leeway.
Yeah,
A
but
little more leeway.
I think there's probably some sort of guy rule that says that at the age of 33 I should be out trying to meet a woman and being sociable and a human being instead of just opting to play Wolverine Origins
Right.
I respect it.
and reading
Whatever.
comic books.
Yeah.
But I did actually leave the house yesterday,
Yes.
which is a rarity. And went to the movies, which is also a rarity, because I've kind of like Jason, I've sworn off going to the actual theater for the most part.
My last couple experiences have been really good. I'm surprised, because I had like a 4-year run where it was complete shit.
Right.
Yeah.
The definite trick is to not go in the evening.
Yeah.
Especially on a weekend.
Yeah.
But I think a couple months ago, me and Joe and Jenny went to see Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which is, I think, the first movie I'd been to since June.
Wow, yeah.
And the last movies that I saw back in June and throughout the summer were just awful experiences.
Yeah.
But we went at the first showing of a movie yesterday, and it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Like, just the theater-going experience itself was great. Mm-hmm. And then the movie turned out to be fucking fantastic. Mm-hmm. We saw John Carter of Mars.
Yes. And we firmly believe that, yea, though it is not Jason's type of movie, he would actually really enjoy it.
Yep. Because it's the type of movie that Jason thinks he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it is absolutely the type of movie that Jason loves.
It definitely put me, speaking of Clash of the Titans, it put me in a mind of being 10 years old and watching Clash of the Titans on TV on, like, Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
It was that kind of movie.
No, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I may have misjudged it when I saw the trailer.
You absolutely... Well, that's not entirely your fault.
Yeah, the trailers are very wildly misleading.
Yes. They marketed this movie horribly, and it shows because no one is seeing this movie. Except for me, Kathleen.
It's gonna be another Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
it's gonna
I think
be
so.
Another amazing movie that nobody goes to see.
Yep. Cause, it's even been brought up on this episode. Not a fan of the Star Wars.
Right?
But, I'll admit that, there are things about Star Wars that I absolutely love that I think is undeniable to say that are great. This movie has all those things without all the other bullshit that I hate about Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is everything I love about Star Wars, everything I loved about David Lynch's Dune.
I didn't love anything about David Lynch's Dune.
No, I didn't
You didn't either, that's right.
No, it's not a good movie. But there are elements to it that are good. I just think that they're far and few between. You can stop sighing anytime now.
Sorry. I was actually thinking about that Puss guy and Sting and Speedo. I really had zoned in on that, and that's what I was like... Sorry.
No. But there are elements of that movie that I do like. But for the most part, that movie is a giant piece of shit. Same with Star Wars. And what other movie? Avatar, I think. Also, this has all the good parts of those movies without any of the bad.
That sounds awesome.
I just keep thinking, like, Never-Ending Story and stuff like that.
It's incredibly fun.
We laughed our asses off.
Yeah,
We really did.
Huh. At the
intention. Yeah.
There's a lot of good character stuff. I mean, there's an actual story. Might help that it's based on books.
Right. Literature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the acting is meh.
Yeah.
Especially from the two leads.
Yeah.
Gambit and Silver Fox from Wolverine.
Yes. Yes. And I think I was the only one in the theater who spoke when I leaned over to Eric at one point and went, "Is that Vin fucking Diesel?" Because I thought one of the voices
was
for
Vin
the...
Diesel?
It was not.
No.
It was Thomas Hayden Church.
Yep.
Very different. Very different.
Is that guy from Coach?
It's the guy from Ned and Stacy.
Wings.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of Dauber for some reason.
Sandman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sideways. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a really good movie. Just excellent top to bottom. It's got a lot of good people in it. Mm-hmm. Gambit, Silver Fox from Wolverine Origins. Willem Dafoe plays one of the Martians. Thomas Hayden Church. Samantha Morton. She was one of the
Salt people. Morton Salt Lady. No.
The kid from Spy Kids was in it. He played Edgar S. Burroughs.
No shit.
Yeah.
Never seen the Spy Kids movie. Really want to. Love Robert Rodriguez.
Just watch the first one.
Okay.
That's it.
Really? Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Machete's in it.
Machete's in everything.
But he's actually Machete. Yeah, same character.
Really?
Same character.
Awesome. I looked to Jason for validation on that. Like, really?
I've never seen it, but I've heard him say that before.
Okay.
Who else is in this movie? Mark Strong.
Yeah, Mark Strong.
Who,
Creepy guy. I like him.
He, I think, is becoming one of those guys that,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much gonna like him in anything.
He
Yeah.
did a pretty
Yeah.
strong performance in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, fuck you. I haven't seen,
He always does, though.
but yeah, I haven't seen him be bad in any movie yet.
No, me
Yeah.
neither.
Oh.
Yeah. You should totally go see it.
Yeah, you should really see it. I think you'll love it.
It's
Like
a
10 in the
theater,
morning.
a theater going
It's
experience.
definitely a theater going
Yeah.
experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't see it in 3D. It's not necessary.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe some Tuesday morning I'll check it out.
There.
You should.
You should, yeah.
Yep.
And then we ate fancy burgers.
We did. We had a Kobe beef burgers.
Which we figured out is actually made from the loins
Kobe
of
Bryant,
Kobe Bryant.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. God rest his soul, but he
We got the
sacrificed-
juicy tender parts.
We did. We lucked out. No gristle.
Wow.
No
And he's a
gristle.
muscly dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
We
that's
got
pretty-
we got the least rapey parts.
Wow, wow.
Cause you burp up rapey the
Yeah,
rest of the
yeah.
day.
It's like garlic.
Yeah. Cucumbers.
Mm.
Yeah. All rapey. Oh.
Pardon me. I had a lot of rape today. People are like, no, yeah, that's fine. We understand.
I think after the show here, I'm going to run down to the store and get some rape soda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey. Rape soda makes me poop green.
Can that be the new slogan for the show?
And by that, she means environmentally sound.
Yeah.
I'll make us up some t-shirts.
Yeah. Unrecyclable cotton. Because you're totally green now.
That's right. Oh, the things I say that's gonna be.
You never even mentioned the fact that Italians are just hairy people.
I did before we started recording. Thank
Right.
you.
I'm saying
Yeah.
you didn't mention it on the recording.
Right.
Is James Caan Italian?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a hairy dude, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He, especially at the beginning of the movie, has one of those 5 o'clock shadows that look painted on, like when you want to show like a fake tough guy.
Right.
Oh, I never noticed that. I'll have to look next time I watch it. Yeah, I never noticed that.
Yeah, when he's got that, like, wife beater shirt
Beer
on.
and the
Yeah.
suspenders.
Yeah, like right when he gets the phone call about where the meeting's going to take place.
Like, you think it's freckles at first, and
Yeah.
then you're like, ew,
Yeah.
that's hair.
Yeah, I feel like you could grade it. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
But then after that, we stood outside the restaurant and ogled ladies.
We did.
It's hot.
We did. Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
It was.
Wow.
One of these was really impressive.
Really?
Really impressive.
Up here or down there?
Down there.
Like in the back door.
The trunk.
caboose.
Yeah, the caboose.
It's the only time I have ever approved of spandex outdoors.
Yeah.
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 Right after Kobe beef.
Right.
It's fun.
Yep. Yeah, but then today I watched a movie just before you guys came over. And that is a little movie that I've been trying to see for a while. I've even tried to go see it with you at one
Yeah.
point. But
I didn't see it in theaters.
yeah.
I didn't get to.
I saw it I saw that it was playing at the theater, and so then I looked up the times, and that was the final day that it was playing
Yeah.
at the theater. So I missed it completely. It's a movie called Drive
Oh, okay.
with the aforementioned Ryan Gosling.
Which, as a complimentary piece, we think you would hate.
No.
Yeah.
That I'm not entirely sure about.
I think because you don't like movies that make you feel icky.
Yeah. Yeah.
This.
I don't know this. I didn't feel icky.
This one made me feel a little icky.
Yeah, but then I'm also desensitized to things.
But I like movies that make me feel icky, so, yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
And I want to say something about it, but for the listeners who have not seen it, turn your volume down for about 15-20 seconds.
Alright.
Alright, ready? Okay, go. Okay. The violence in that movie was so shocking. Like, it came from out of nowhere. And you said you're desensitized? I think that's the only reason that it did shock me. It was so unexpected and so gross. Like, gross, dude. That I was like, oh my god!
It does, when it happens, pretty much happen juxtaposed with, like, incredibly quiet amount of time building up to it. And I say build up, but there is no build up. It's just like, we're here talking, and then suddenly your head is off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or stomped in.
Or stomped in.
Yeah.
Or stabbed.
Yeah.
Or hammered.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But I don't think it's icky.
But you think I might
I
like
think
it?
you might like it, yeah. Because it's incredibly
Doogie
well
would like
acted.
it. Doogie would really
Oh,
like
dude, you would love
Yeah.
it, yeah. It's incredibly well acted. It's beautifully shot.
it. Yeah.
Bryan Cranston's in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the one where you said he's a hippie or something?
Bryan Cranston was in John Carter, too.
That's right.
Oh, that's the one you said was a hippie.
No.
There's sometime he had long hair. Which one was that?
He had long hair in John Carter.
Okay. Not a hippie, though.
But not
Definitely
hippie.
not.
I said he was a Union soldier.
Oh. Well, that's, to me, that says hippie. Yeah. Peace and love and white power. That's all they were about.
Union.
That's the Confederate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Which John Carter is a Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, that's a little weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess he was redeemed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
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 Story of redemption?
Sure.
Alright. Drive is not.
No.
So
Tries to be.
Yeah.
Keeps hammering it in, no pun intended, that it is a story of redemption. It is not.
So it leaves you feeling a little like gross.
It might you. Yeah. Which is not a
Judgment.
insult to your character, but yeah.
I felt icky by the music. And
I
the
wholeheartedly disagree.
the theme song that pretty much clearly states in its lyrics that it is about being a hero and redemption. Because, let's not let that get past you. In the most cheesy Madonna-ish 1984 kind of way
That's
possible.
exactly why I loved it, though.
Yeah, that's exactly why I hated it. I was totally fine because the movie kind of, like, it takes place in the modern day, but it has a very 80s aesthetic to it. The music is the one part about it being 80s-ish that I just absolutely hated. Otherwise, loved the movie.
Maybe I'll watch it if one of you guys is watching it a second time.
Christina Hendricks is in it. Looking,
Look trashy.
look trashy.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
very, but still attractive.
Oh, yeah.
But, cause you can't temper that down. But, they tried.
Yeah. Not without prosthetics.
Right, yeah.
Not gonna happen.
No, yeah. But, they did their best, to make,
Did they give her that thing from the museum to wear that Marlon Brando had in his mouth?
there were prosthetics involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I won't say anything beyond that.
I'm gonna watch 50-50 tonight
Which one's that?
with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen.
The cancer movie.
The cancer movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It was alright. I don't feel like crying.
Yeah.
Well, I know the guy that wrote it is still alive.
Right.
So
It's based
I'm
on
cool.
his life, yeah. And you're talking about Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna watch any movies tonight.
Yeah.
I think this movie moved me out for the day.
Really?
Yeah. I might play with my dog. That's
Yeah.
not a euphemism. I have a dog named Uma.
Yeah.
I'll probably play with her. And then I'll go masturbate. That is a
His
euphemism.
penis name is Ethan Hawke.
Ethan. Yeah. At least on the weekends.
During the weekdays, it's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Not sure what that means.
Yeah, so I recommend everybody go see John Carter.
Yeah, do.
Yeah.
So you said they call it John Carter because Mars Needs Moms didn't do well?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
kind of, yeah. Because it's based on the Edgar Rice Burroughs novel, A Princess of Mars. They didn't want to call it that because boys won't go see a movie called Princess.
Girls would go see it and be really pissed off.
Yeah.
Little girls, anyway.
And the comics are all Warlord of Mars.
Well, they didn't want to call it that because he is not yet a warlord in the movie.
He's just a princess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they called it John Carter of Mars, which I think is a fine compromise. Mm-hmm. And even at the end of the movie, when the credits come up, they call it John Carter of Mars, which made me feel good.
Feelings boner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just didn't want to... So once you're into the theater, they'll call it Of Mars, but promoting it, they left
Right.
off the Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, yeah, the movie Mars Needs Mom bombed at the box office, so they decided that they couldn't call it Of Mars because,
Mars.
yeah.
That's the kind of marketing strategy I do not understand at all.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, it was really good. Mm-hmm. I did give the movie screen the finger at one point in time.
I remember you doing it, and I don't remember why.
Because the dedicated to Steve Jobs title came up. And I said, fuck you, movie.
Seemed a little gratuitous.
Yeah.
Well,
But we saw an Avengers trailer, too.
That we did. That was the first time I had seen it.
It was the 427,000th time I've seen it.
she wants to see that movie.
I want to see that movie too. I was just avoiding everything about it as much as I could.
Right. Yeah.
Just because I don't want to have another Dark Knight repeat.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably the movie I'm most excited to see now that I've seen John Carter.
Right.
Which I only really got excited to see like 2 weeks ago.
So you felt as if you overexpose yourself to the trailers or like news.
Right, yeah, and like, every day there's like, new set pictures and, more interviews with Joss Whedon and I don't care.
Not reading any of that.
I just want to see the movie.
By the time you saw the movie, you'd have a disappointment
Right.
boner.
Exactly. Yep. So this is the first time I've seen it, and yeah, that movie looks okay. Yeah.
I've seen it so many times that I saw the first 2 seconds and told Eric he might want to shut his eyes.
And as soon as she said that, I realized that it was the Avengers trailer. And then shortly thereafter, Nick Fury came on and spoke to me, and
When Nick Fury speaks to you,
yeah,
you open your eyes.
Yeah. And so I watched the trailer and didn't close my eyes, and yeah, it looks kind of awesome.
But that's all you want to know about it.
That's all. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even want to know that, but when I'm in the movie theater and the trailer comes on, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I am not gonna deliberately click on something on the internet to see it.
You're not gonna read Ain't It Cool News's hypes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it. Yeah.
Would you make that go into a theater experience?
Possibly. Only if I'm either A, out of the country, because that's where we saw Thor, or B, if it's in the morning during the week. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, our Toronto trip has busted my midnight showing plans, but whatever. It's worth it.
Yeah. It is that weekend.
Yeah. I was totally going to go at midnight.
You can go see a Midnight in Toronto.
No, like Thursday midnight.
Right.
Like Friday midnight. But
Okay.
we're driving to Toronto on Friday.
Yeah.
Why don't you drive Thursday night? Go to the movies.
So we can get there in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour away, right?
Yeah.
Toronto's right above Ohio.
It is above Ohio. You're partly correct. Yeah, like I rolled my Hot Wheel on the map, and it took like 4 seconds to get
Right,
there.
yeah. Why don't you just fly there?
Well,
Yeah, no.
she just won't do it. I've tried to convince her.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. She's got me shackled to this earth.
I'm the one who won't fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be just a waste of money, and plus we'd both die.
Fiery, burny deaths.
Yeah. See, in the long run, it's better not to do it.
But if you guys crash on the Canada side, you can get free healthcare.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Well, we wouldn't be citizens. I think you have to be a citizen.
I don't know.
Not sure how that works.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
They'd probably charge us.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
They'd probably send us back here for
Yeah, we'd
healthcare.
get deported
To Detroit. They'd be
Yeah.
like, go to Detroit. There's a nice hospital.
Hey,
That accepts your credit card.
your HMO.
Yeah.
I don't like that kind of slur.
HMO.
Just stop it.
My bad.
He hates abbreviations.
Yep, I do. I really do.
So, yeah. Anything else I need to discuss, or should I pick a book?
Our guest.
What?
Anything
I'm
else?
good.
Then yeah.
Thank you, though.
No problem. No problem. Pick a book.
Awesome. You're ready to say veto?
Yeah.
This is an older book.
Veto.
Yeah. Well, it's newer than this Godfather movie that you
Okay, alright.
It's not that old. It's called Triumph and Torment. It's a Marvel graphic novel from the late 80s.
We've done a Marvel graphic novel from the 80s.
But this one is by Roger Stern and Mike Mignola.
I like one of those guys.
You a big Roger Stern fan?
I'm a huge Roger Stern fan. Is this the Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange crossover?
That it is.
I will not veto that.
Sweet.
I'm not looking forward to it,
Yeah.
but I will not veto.
Awesome.
Alright.
Sweet. Well, it's in my car. I finished reading it.
Yeah.
So I'll want it
So
to.
this is probably only 70 pages.
70 to 90, somewhere in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's about like 3 or 4 comics.
Yeah.
No ads, though,
Right.
which is good. That's the thing about the Marvel graphic novel. That was awesome. I think it's the first time there was Marvel comics with no ads.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They did a bunch of them in the 80s.
I miss the Marvel graphic novel, I can tell you that much. Or at least the idea
Was
of
there
it.
a Dazzler one?
Yes.
Yeah. No ads.
Dazzler the movie.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was called. Yeah.
Was it based on the movie or vice versa?
It was a comic.
Oh, it's not based on...
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a Dazzler script.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's gonna be...
It's out there
What? What?
So, Triumph and Torment.
somewhere.
Alright.
I am so smooth.
Alright. Well, yeah. I'm done with you guys.
Yeah.
Word! I'm gonna go feed my kids.
Thanks for coming out, baby.
Thanks for having me. I like
Thanks for
doing
coming
this.
over. We like having you.
Yeah.
At least I do. Yeah, I don't know about him. He may get tired of you. Yeah. This is his away time from you. Yeah.
Jason, can you bring me puke bags and Gatorade?
I'm happy to do it.
I know, you're a good fella.
No.
Thank you.
Hey, you're a good fellow.
I'm a good fella.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's Jason 2 times.
Yeah.
Kathleen, I brought you the puke bags. Brought you the puke bags.
Oh, I thought you were talking because that's the most I can do it in one session. Because I was say, if you get me on the right drugs, I might be Jason 4 times.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
It's not exclusive to you. Nobody wants that. 4 times is too many.
Yeah. It's probably true.
Don't let them lie to you, fellas. 4 times is too many.
Is it 3 times too many or 1 times
It's
too many?
pushing it.
Okay. Yeah.
It tells it like it is. Alright, on that
Are you
note.
talking consecutive? Or...
In one event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's say event. Hour? Half hour?
Oh.
4
yeah.
hours.
No, that's awful.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4
Yeah.
hours. So 8 times is too much then.
Oh god, yeah.
Huh. Never heard any complaints. Alright then. See ya. You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.